brought to my attention that it's National Saxophone Day, and tell you what, never underestimate what the venerable saxophone has done for rock and roll over the years. Not just Kenny G, who should get all of the accolades, but, you know, although I didn't really, my older, well, I was going to say my older son, but my only son, he plays the saxophone. It is not an easy instrument to master. I started playing the drums when I was very young, and there was a point where I was like, I'd like to play. I always thought the sax was kind of cool until I figured out how hard it was to learn and to do well with it. And I was like, nah, that doesn't sound like anything I'm going to commit myself to. But if you're a saxophone player...
That's why I don't plan on getting married again.
It's nothing you want to commit yourself to. It's very, very difficult.
It's very hard.
And like the saxophone, constantly has to be drained.
Oh.
Well, if you want to stay married.
Yeah. I'm going to play you saxophone in rock songs, and you're going to tell me what... Well, not all rock songs, but you're going to tell me what they are. You know what that song is.
Careless Whisper.
Careless Whisper by Wham.
Eclipse of the heart.
Was that George Michael or was it Wham?
I think that was Wham.
It was Wham, wasn't it? Okay.
Who could it be now?
Who Can It Be Now? By whom?
Oh, who could it be now?
Australian.
Men at Work? No.
Men at Work.
Okay.
The album is called Cargo. Here's one for you. Anybody remember that song?
That was it?
Again.
That's all you get.
Try again.
Give me again.
I don't know. This is kind of more obscure one. Might not remember that one.
Ghostbusters theme song.
On the dark side. Whoa, yeah. Remember On the Dark Side?
Nope.
There was a movie in the 80s called Eddie and the Cruisers, and this band had one hit song. The guy in the film
Sounds
would
like they didn't.
lip sync to their
Right.
music. It was John Cafferty and the Beaver Brown Band. They had one hit. It was called On the Dark Side, and that was the sax from that.
Beaver Brown Band.
The Beaver Brown Band. That's right. Anyway, that's a short one too. It's
Wait.
Bowie Young Americans.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
These, I
Any
made
of
these
these.
too quickly, but you know that one?
That was Old Time Rock and Roll.
Old Time Rock and Roll.
By Bob Seger. That's,
By Bobby Seger.
That's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Who may have just played his very last show ever, by the way. He said that this was his farewell tour, but it's always...
I never believe
You never
it.
know. I mean, he's an
Right.
old man.
Yeah.
He's, you know, we saw him the last time he was here around Christmas, and it was phenomenal, but he just did the very last show of his tour in Philly the other night, and they said this could very well be the last song he ever... last tour he ever does.
I think it's good, you know, if he can do that, that's great. But if he goes out again, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Like, do it. But it's when they say, like, this is our last tour ever, and then they do
Just
8
to sell
more last
tickets or
tours.
whatever.
But I'll tell you
Last
what, Bob
tours, yeah.
Seger had a phenomenal... I think one of the original members of the Silver Bullet Band is still with him, his sax player, who has the greatest name of all time. Alto Reed is his sax player's name.
Oh.
No.
If you're going to play... Oh,
For
yeah.
real? That's his real name.
I don't think that's
No
his real
way.
name. His real
Yeah,
name's probably,
That's
you know,
Den-
Jim Franklin or something. But if you
Destiny.
play the saxophone, you call yourself Alto Reed.
I hope his real name's Altos.
He should have called himself Barry Tone. But, you know, I think he plays an alto sax, so it all works. Everybody knows that. Yes. Yeah, you know, Stranger. Bill knows that one.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. What was it?
Strangers in the Night, wasn't it?
Strangers in the Night.
in the night.
Wait. Wait.
Foo Fighters covered it many years ago. Baker Street, Jerry
Baker
Rafferty.
Street.
Very, very
Baker Street.
Yeah.
Strangers in the Night.
She yelled it out, and I'm like, "What? That? Like, I'll let her have it, but whatever."
Remember that one?
Sounds like
These are
Christmas.
so quick.
Tramps Like Us.
Do the dirty work.
Not even remember.
Wait, what?
Baby Tramps Like Us. Baby, we were born to run.
There you
Bruce
go.
Springsteen.
I'm
The
not,
great
I'm not
late-
much of a Boss guy.
Oh.
Really?
I know,
But that's a
few of his songs.
classic song,
Yeah,
though.
but his big hit was "Santa Claus is Coming to Town,"
Right.
and then he had some other.
I see what you mean.
That's why I
smaller
said it
hits.
sounded like Christmas.
Yeah.
So you started and ended with Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Well, that's the song that broke him.
Yes. It was the late, great Clarence Clemens there that was playing.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yeah. Now, nobody will get that one. It's pretty quick, but that's Urgent from Foreigner. All these rock and roll bands that had saxophones.
You're only playing us 2 seconds at a
I
time.
know.
Yes, because you should know this stuff.
No, I don't want to. Now I don't want to get them right.
That one's money by
Oh,
Pink
I know.
Bear.
I was
Money.
gonna say, are you gonna
were
let
not.
us guess them, or are you
You
gonna
were
do it
not.
on your own?
Please.
Let us guess. You put the game together.
You go, we don't know these songs.
Me.
You would
Yeah,
have
but
known
we're gonna
that.
Yes,
guess it.
I would've
We're
known
gonna act
Pink
like we don't care
Floyd.
when we don't know it, and then when we do, we want to answer. So
Oh,
you gotta let us
I
answer.
see.
Pink Floyd's an easy one.
Yeah.
It is?
Pulling out other ones nobody's Alto Reed is no one ever heard
Yeah,
of.
Born to
know any
Run
of
is a real
these.
deep cut
It
from
is a
Bruce
deep
Springsteen.
cut.
Born to. Who's ever heard Born to Run? All right.
Bandana,
Then I'll give you one more. I know you won't get this, but.
That was it?
That's all you got.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Said, hey, babe.
Oh, Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed.
Walk on the Wild Side by Lou Reed, who I passed on a street in New York a few years ago.
Interesting.
He's dead now.
Is he related to Alto Reed?
They had a falling out years ago.
Are they divorced?
If only I hadn't been able to ask him that.
They're waiting for the same man. Mm-hmm. And then things just got a little silly.
Pound Cake, how many of those would you have known?
None. I said I know none of them.
Oh, okay.
None.
Well, you said that before you heard all of them, so I wondered if...
Okay, well, the last one I did not know either, so that makes all of them.
The guy that invented the saxophone, of course, his name was Sax. And he started putting his name on everything. He started...
Sax-a-phone?
Well, Sax... No, his name was...
He's got that avenue.
Adolphe Sax was his name.
Or not, he doesn't have the avenue, he's got the store.
The Sax store? Sax Fifth Avenue?
It's Sax. He has the Fifth Avenue. is where he
Spelled
owns.
differently, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was a
Well, he likes to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
He's an artist.
he was an inventor from Belgium, and so he invents the saxophone, and he has it patented shortly thereafter. But then he also invented he just started putting his name on stuff. The saxotromba, the sax horn, and the sax tuba.
How long does it
How is a
take-
sax horn different than a saxophone?
How long does it take an instrument to become part of the band? Where at first you're playing a new instrument. Like, first of all, when's the last time they invented an instrument?
What did he say the other day? Yesterday. That you're the...
Not the recorder, the flutophone.
Flutophone.
No, the one you were talking about with the
The melodica.
melodica.
Yeah.
That seems pretty new.
I feel like that's probably been around for a while.
It's newer than a sax.
It's newer than a sax.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
But how long before they go? Like at first, you're playing a saxophone. You're like, get out of here with that saxophone. We play trumpets and other brass
Right.
instruments. We're not playing saxophone. You wild, young, crazy teen.
It'd be like if you came in and were like, guys, I'm your new Squire horn player.
Yeah.
We'd be like, what the F is a Squire horn?
It's like, oh, we have
like a
French
clarinet,
horns,
but it plays
we have
farts.
clarinets. Yeah, we have things like that. But we're not going to be using no saxophone in this orchestra.
Plays farts, is that what you said?
If Bill
The Squire phone.
if Bill invented a Squire phone, it would play farts. I guarantee it.
I need a B flat.
Yes.
All right.
Don't
I
tell
love-
me what I'd invent and how I do it.
You put a little trumpet.
I always like to put a little, put a up my butt.
Yeah.
I already
And it
fart. I already fart. So why would I need to put something in
It
there?
amplifies it with a nice brassy sound.
No, that's what a stairwell's for.
I don't know that
It's a
he's.
stairwell, but condensed into an instrument that you attach to your butt.
I don't know that he's looking to do that in a different pitch.
Yeah.
I
But
think.
you could play a song with it.
Yeah.
I think
fa-
you misunderstand how I like to fart and why I like to fart.
You don't like to do it for others' entertainment?
No, I like to do it for others' entertainment, but it's not. It's more about
The art.
yeah,
the art of the fart.
You're not trying to force it, because once you start forcing it, it's not art anymore.
Then it's fart. I like the backstories on some inventors, and Adolphe Sax, boy, this guy's got a backstory. They said that he faced many near-death experiences over the course of his.
Real quick, very lucky he didn't call the Adolphophone.
Adolphophone.
Yeah. Hey guys, let me
Adolphone?
Adolphophone. The Adolphone.
Adolphone.
Over the course of just his childhood, okay, he fell from a height of 3 floors, hit his head on a stone, and could barely stand afterwards. At the age
Why
of
are they trying to get him to stand up right afterwards? He fell
They
from
had to
3
interview him.
floors, and they're like, "Hey, stand up!" It's like, "Can you give me a minute?"
Yeah. At the age of 3, he drank a bowl full of well, they call it vitriolized water, but I think that's old-timey for like it had lead in it. And later swallowed a pin.
Why do they have? See, this is why I don't.
I know. It's amazing that any of us are alive.
Swallowed
Like
a pin.
how? Why do you have that around? Like
It's probably for something,
leaded
cleaning
water?
something,
Well,
or like running it through a pipe. I
yeah,
don't
in like
know.
the mid 1800s,
Yeah,
they
we got
probably
this
used.
leaded water over here.
Yeah.
We got the drinking water and the leaded water. We're not going to label them. It's up to you.
Yeah, just figure it out.
Yeah, it pays you
Maybe
money.
one was for like animals. It made their meat more tender.
It's
still lead.
I know
but then
it's not great. I'm just.
I
trying
could
to-
be wrong. I think that's what it was back then, but everything had a different name. He burnt himself seriously in a gunpowder explosion as a child. He probably invented the saxophone so people would know he wasn't dead. Like, hey, I'm still alive. Fell into a hot cast iron frying pan, burning his side. I guess
How big is that frying pan?
fell onto, not fell in. Sorry, I
Oh.
misspoke. Yeah, he didn't fall into a cast iron frying pan. He survived poisoning in his own bedroom, where varnished items were kept during the night. So in his
It
own
sounds
bed,
like someone's trying to kill this kid.
his parents were clearly trying
right.
to kill him.
Here's
Yes.
this leaded water and
Yeah.
varnished items. Like
This takes that whole like, oh, when I was a kid, we did things different. My parents would send me outside, then call me home at dinner. This kid was on a whole nother level.
This
trying
sounds
to
dangerous
poison
life.
himself.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound like accidents.
No.
He was hit on the head by a cobblestone. He fell into a river and nearly died. His mother once said, he's a child condemned to misfortune. He won't live. His neighbors called him Little Sax the Ghost. Because they're like, oh, he'll be dead.
He's going to be dead soon.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the guy for National Saxophone Day.
He invented it.
He invented it. Adolf Sax. I like them apples. Hey, Kaylee.
Hi, Alan.
Hey, what's going on?
I have some saxophone knowledge for you.
Oh, good for you.
Is it going to top drinking vitriolized water, burning himself in a gunpowder explosion, falling into a river, and getting hit on the head by a cobblestone?
Sure.
Okay.
The other day you were saying that Kenny G plays the alto, but he plays the soprano sax.
Oh, see?
It looks like a clarinet, actually. Your son plays the alto sax, I bet.
Yeah, okay. The curvy one.
Yes, the
I thought the alto was the straight one.
No, the one that it looks like a clarinet.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
The soprano sax.
That's a soprano
That's
sax.
soprano
Okay.
sax.
That's the higher one. Yes.
Okay.
And the mainstream starter sax is the alto. That's what I played, and probably what your son plays.
And then the big one's the baritone sax?
Nope. Then there's tenor. That's the next one.
Oh, boy,
And
I'm
then-
lost.
And then baritone. They're just like the
Baritone sax is hilariously big.
They're huge, yeah.
They're so big.
Which one?
There's a-
I assume you played one.
Yes, I played alto. I
Alto.
was the DJ engaged.
And you don't anymore?
Oh no, I still do, but I was vice president of the marching band and saxophone.
Why do they need a
second
president and a vice president?
Why did they need in case the president is killed? The vice president takes
You guys
over?
couldn't be in one
Yeah, in case
procession at the
there's
same
a
time.
marching band accident, or I don't know, a
Yeah.
cobblestone or some kind of ventilized water or whatever the hell you
In
said.
case the president of the band is assassinated, the vice president, and then it's the speaker of the band, and then the band
There's
leader
a
pro tem.
treasurer and a secretary. You know, all of the things.
You got to take all the minutes for all those fascinating band meetings.
Hey, one time at band camp.
I understand. Yeah, I used what sax? One time at band camp, I used the
Put the
soprano
flute, yeah,
sax.
mhm.
Yeah. All right.
But wait, one more thing.
Yeah,
I'm wondering why you didn't play the Gunner's Dream for your saxophone trivia. That's a pretty good one.
The what?
The Gunner's Dream. I
Who-
think Floyd.
Oh God, I just went for money because that's a super deep cut, and I don't think I even know that one. But now I do, and now I'll go listen to it.
Okay, well then I have nothing to say after that.
All right. Thank you, Kaylee.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Cavs are gonna do. I said Cleveland's gonna do. I said we all got to do. I said whatever it takes.
There's Kaylee. Hey, Steve.
Hey, guys.
What's going on?
I just wanted to see if you ever heard of an EWI, E-W-I, electric wind instrument. It's kind of like a, well, it is like a sax, but it's like an actual electronic instrument.
Okay.
It's a really good band out of North Carolina called Big Something, and they play one. So I didn't know if you.
It looks
knew
like
anything about
it looks like an electric clarinet.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess hence the name electric wind instrument.
Yeah. It's really cool. So I didn't know if you knew about it.
I don't, but I'll check it out.
All right. Cool.
Thank you, Steve. Hey, clarinet not dorky enough for you? This is going to have keys on it, then you plug it in, and then you blow into it.
What's that thing that James Brassfield plays?
I don't know.
That's like
It like you like put your. It's like a motion sensor almost. And
Yeah.
it makes
Oh, the
noise.
theremin.
Theremin.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
That's what I use for my spooky music.
Yeah.
Is a
Yeah.
theremin. Yeah.
There's a comic who does it pretty well, actually.
Well, he does a very funny bit with it.
Well, it's funny, but
Yeah.
it sounds pleasant.
Yeah.
Like it's
I don't
not
think
like
he's
it's
classically trained.
you don't think
he just pretends.
This is
like
a theremin. You hold your,
Yeah.
like the
like
vibrations.
you put your hand over it and like
Yeah.
you can move it. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty wild. Hey, Drunk Sue.
Hey, baby, how are you?
Do you play any musical instruments, Sue? Did you ever?
No. I tried to play basketball, but then they wouldn't take me to the meet, so I had to quit.
To the
and that's
meet,
why I
to
hate
the meet.
basketball.
To the
Sue.
basketball meet.
Sue, I asked if you ever played any musical instruments, and you said you tried to play basketball.
Well, that's the only thing I had an interest in, and then my parents wouldn't take me, and so I lost big interest.
I see. I understand.
I'm sorry.
You know, Sue, your daughter called us the other day.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
How did you like talking to her?
She seemed very, very sober.
I know. Is she wonderful?
She seemed very nice,
You
yes.
didn't say that.
I know. She was mad at me because I didn't hear it. Because, you know, I don't feel so good all the time, so sometimes I just go lay down. Because I had called you, earlier in the day, just, Mommy, you
14
didn't hear
times
it?
to be exact.
She was mad at me for not listening.
Right.
And I want to tell you about a saxophone, especially if it's the blues. Oh, that's a penny dropper, dude.
Okay, well, no,
right,
no
it's
blues for you.
Let's keep those panties all the way up, Sue,
Those
all right?
bloomers.
All the way up.
All the way up.
Well, I just want to tell you that I love you guys.
All right, love you too, Sue.
And I'm really glad that you got to talk to my kid.
Me too. She seemed lovely.
She is lovely.
And now she knows not to play blues music around old dear
That's
old
right.
mom.
Why is Mom walking around Donald Ducking it again? Oh, somebody put on Stevie Ray Vaughan. I put on some Sun House. All right,
That's what
thank
Mary
you,
likes
Sue.
to write to, right?
Blues,
you know
blues
what
guitar.
else?
Yeah.
Can I tell you one other thing?
Oh,
with the penny
quickly.
dropper?
Yeah.
Jethro Tull with the was that clarinet or something?
Well, he played a flute. Yeah.
Flute. That's a penny dropper.
So Aqualung, you got nothing on below the waist once Aqualung comes on, is what you're saying.
Aqualung.
It's over.
Sitting on a park
I'll
bench.
Give you the tube.
Okay. Well, that was the flute that he
Play
played.
the flute or the tube. I will play the tube.
Yeah,
back.
the musical tube, I believe, is what that was called. All right, thank you,
Exactly.
Sue.
Goodbye.
This is one you have to see to believe.
I think Kenny Crumpton, he can play the air guitar, can't
I've seen
you?
him play the skin flute, but I don't know about the...
I've seen him play the skin flute. The great Wayne Dawson, of course.
A classic clip.
Yes.
Didn't that go viral?
Oh, yes.
Like one of
Oh,
the
yes.
it was on E-Bombs
Yeah,
world.
it was
I mean,
like
a long time ago.
I feel like that was over 10 years ago now.
Yeah, probably.
I was in school when that happened.
It was 07 when that happened.
I listened to this music when I was working last night.
You were listening to Aqualung while
Yeah.
you were writing?
Yeah.
All right.
Were your panties dropped?
They were dripped. Just kidding.
Please just answer the question. Yes or no?
No, they were not dropped. I was
All
alone
right.
in my apartment working on my
Dripped.
computer. No drippage.
The locomotive breath. I don't know if there's
I don't
any
like
flute at the
this.
beginning of this or not. What about Bungle in the Jungle? How you feel about Bungle in the Jungle? Nah, it's got to be Aqualung, right? I mean, yeah. Right, I like that.
No, I wasn't listening to Aqualung.
You weren't? You're sure that you weren't?
Positive.
Okay.
A lot of Stevie Ray Vaughan and Kenny,
Crumpton.
Kevin.
Drunk Sue's got her pants off.
This one is a penny dropper.
This is a penny dropper. Right. Oh, well. Drinking vitriolized water.
Drunk Sue can't play basketball.
All right, listen, I got to take a break here, and I will have this week's iHeart deal for you on the other side of said break. It is half off a 4-pack of tickets for the IX Christmas Connection, which is kicking off end of this month. If you want to pay half price for those 4 tickets while we've got them, you can go to WMMS.com, use the keyword deals to look into that.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And every